Well, hello and welcome back. I am Pope Kale, Warren Wazza, and this is Garage Alchemy. And today we're going to be covering where we are. I think I missed an episode yesterday because I got bogged down into this little project again. So again, recapping, what are we doing here? Well, welcome to the garage. This is where we play AI stuff and do tests and see what we can actually get out of this thing. All these channels out there telling all the latest bells and whistles and all the latest features and how they compare in the real world and how all they do all these tests and everything else, which really comes down to, well, there is numbers on a screen, man. What does it actually do? What I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to build something that's portable and stays with me and goes everywhere I go. That's a project called Ariadne. Where we left it last week was the fact that we were building an MCP interface so that we could actually query that knowledge that we'd gained through a sort of a wiki sort of style structure. This is again based on the Carpathy ideas that was surfaced about a month or so ago, and it's been covered by quite a few channels. And it seems like a really good project that you can run internally and on your own hardware, provided you've got a bit of memory, that is. My model here is running, there's GPT-OSS 20 billion, and that's the model I've chosen because it fits nicely in the 16 gigabytes of VRAM that is on my graphics card. So for those people who just come along, well, that's basically the background. We do episodic episodes here. Episodic episodes? Is that how you, rude? Is that the right thing to say? Episodic episodes. I don't know.
I would believe so.
Yeah, Rue's here with us as well. There's another one of the guys that comes around to the garage and says hi. He's not really into AI, but he does ask AI to do a few questions, and I think it also helped me understand the fact that everybody's going to be at a different level when they come to the garage. Then how do you actually continue to present a 10-minute sort of, snapshot, daily or every few days, what's happening in the garage style of, what if? Well, yeah, it makes it a bit hard because you never know where anybody is in their education level and how they adopt to AI. And I can already tell you a few people in the garage already absolutely hate AI. So we have a mixed crowd here, but most of the people that play with this stuff find it quite interesting. Anyhow, I'm trying to build a knowledge vault that I can access about my knowledge. So where are we? Well, Rocky, let's go. Where are we? Let's go to the little screen down here. And Rocky's actually down here underneath my avatar, so let's bring him up here. There, hello, Rocky. There he is. Hello, Rocky. And and we're running in Codex at the moment. So that was the last thing. Choose MCP wiki query approach. We asked a question of how we were going to get there. So this is where we're starting from. And again, this was started this morning at around about maybe 9 a.m. So when I started, I had 92% remaining. I'm now at 83%. So I've almost done 10% of my inverted commas. I can't even do that. Inverted commas? Yeah. My weekly thing, right? Because they keep on topping it up every few days. So it seems to make no sense. I guess they're trying to work out, people like me who generally are sort of using it as a tool and, weeding out those people who are sort of sending it to do, 1,000 queries at once through multiple agents and stacking it up and burning through tokens, if you know what I mean. I'm sure there must be some sort of mathematics behind there where they're giving people like me a little bit more credit and probably taking away from those people that are running massive bot engines in the background. Anyhow, that's just my thoughts on the matter. I'm just one person in a few billion that has no clue what's going on. Anyway, so we got to the stage. I was asking a question. I got a bit sidetracked. Right, so I asked them which way we're going to go. We then sort of said yes. And of course, I somehow deleted one of my little PowerShell scripts in the directory in a cleanup. And I asked her to put that back. Yes, okay, so we put that back. Okay, so then we sort of rounded up to where we were. Yes, existing query. We want to Ariadne knowledge vault, page query, local, blah, blah, blah. So we changed our code. I told her to go ahead. 3 minutes, 15 seconds later, we got back to there. We actually had a knowledge, basically I could see a knowledge vault. So summarized, that was the first, I don't know why I chose that as my first question, but that was my first question, and it sort of gave an answer to that. And I could sort of see, well, it wasn't quite what I was looking for the output. And so that would be our next step. Is that correct? Yes. It's the way that we're not really sort of taking my query and then adding AI to what I'm trying to find out. It's just basically doing some word matching at that stage. So we went from there further into it. What else? With a knowledge query, yes. So I'm using simple words. I can sort of see the fact that we're getting some output out of this is all coming out of my knowledge vault. What's actually inside what I've stored over the last year of questions and stuff I've asked all the different LLMs out there. So I got a fair bit of information about Thelema because it's one of my little side projects. And I can sort of see that there's some strange formatting in the screen here. I don't know what these characters are, so I passed that information back. Yes, it identified a problem. Then we got better definitions, and I noticed that these links on the citations weren't linking to the citation sources, and the citation sources weren't hyperlinked. So then we pivoted around through there. Then we went back into this one here. Okay, so we've got our sources in here. And I noticed the fact that we were getting hyperlinks when we're talking about my social community. This is asking about me. There's some hyperlinks that weren't resolving to hyperlinks text. So again, we made a few more changes, looking at the control, so on and so forth, right down to there, which brings me probably back to our web page here at the beginning of this chat. And I then passed it back into ChatGPT just to talk about it and get a few ideas. And then we basically ended up with this final result, which is basically where I wanted to sort of pause at this particular video, simply because of the fact that I'm trying to cram too much into one video. But basically, that was the final generated page through the system we've got, the knowledge query. So I sort of summarized the Thelema from our archives, searched the vault, sort of came through, Crowley's philosophy revolved around Thelema, and gave a fairly good summary. So these are just screenshots. Of course, the knowledge vault is much more involved now, and probably that's what I'll show you next, because we've gone a fair bit further in the project. If we go back to Rocky here, yeah, that was at the end of that one. We actually then proceeded into this next part here. I was thinking that was going to be a 10-minute video, and as you can see, that's only 8 minutes. So maybe we can tell you where we continued on from there. So we went over here. I suppose that's the point that I make here on this other query, is the reason why I pivoted is this little thing down the bottom. I don't know if we actually see it down here. I've now made it a rule. Anytime that this thing here finishes up over 50% done, I just pivot to a new chat. I find once it gets past that 50%, it just starts getting a bit weird. Not really making much sense, because again, it's passing all that chat into the knowledge, into the engine and back again. However that transformer architecture works anyway. That's what it's called, isn't it? Right, and the token by token. Yeah, it's a lot of tokens by that. Then it scrubs it, throws all those tokens in at once for a better answer. And it does that backwards and forwards. Yeah, okay, I would lose track after about that many tokens too, okay? So we pivot to a new query, and all I've done there on the end of it there is just sort of give me a markdown, and that's how I found works best for me. Markdown what they've got, and then all we do is just pass it to the next query. And as you can see from up here, we just pasted that knowledge vault handover into there. I also had some other information, which was the chat I had on the web browser, put it all together, and then gave it something to think about. You haven't done anything wrong, you've exposed the real design limitation, and so we then just improved on the design. This has probably happened, again, this is the second time we've done a change in the design based on our vibing, simply because of the fact that, we didn't get to the MCP by chance as well. That was done through probably, 3 days of mistakes, which was not recorded. And then again, until we get an audience asking me to actually, hey, why don't you record the mistakes as well as the successes? Well, yeah, I could do that, but it's just noise in the architecture land, because, look, seriously, it makes more mistakes than it does correct things, okay? And I think that's the biggest takeaway I'm going to have from this particular video. Don't trust it to do anything. But anyway, So we did pivot. I will do another video to recap this part, but we went through all this thing here. We made a few more architectural designs, and I suppose at this point I better sort of pivot away from this thing here and go and bring it up on screen so you can show you where it is. Now, the way we run this, just so you're on the same page as me as well, is we do have a little engine running behind here. This little PowerShell engine that basically runs a HTML server behind the scene where we can then serve this page and then render other HTML pages. This is my control system where we're bringing the daily knowledge into the system. We click on that, it checks the inbox and starts the filing process through the engine that we've got on here. And then, of course, we got some other status knowledge things. We've also got a process there to organize my downloads folder, which is where it starts. So that does the filing of the images and screenshots and everything else. I've also got another process that we've been building. I think we did a video on that where I'm actually filing my photos better. That's still only halfway through the vault. 30,000 photos takes a fair bit of time. And my poor GPT-OSS, I can actually hear the engine, hear the fans on my UPS cycle every time it ingests here. You probably don't hear it on the microphone when we do this, but yeah, my UPS goes, oh, as it draws current. It is really weird. Maybe that's a video in itself. I'll put some microphones on this shit just to show people. It's fucking weird. Anyway, so getting to that, so we've got our control and we go over to our knowledge query. So, okay, so let's do that one. Tell me about, well, I've got my own voice ingest. We haven't built that into the web page yet, but okay, tell me about the religion Thelema. Ask the librarian. It does take a bit of time. I will fast forward here. And there's the answer. So, well, as you said, you didn't set character by character. That's all happening in the background. And as I said, I didn't do a fast forward. That was the real time. I just turned the music up in the background. So, you know, other than the bit of elevator music, my own creations there. Yeah, I do everything now. Okay, so what was the answer? Okay, so this was the summary from our own internal knowledge base.
I couldn't find any evidence of a religion called Thelema in the documents you shared. The closest match is Thelema, which is a spiritual philosophy created by Aleister Crowley. According to Source 1, Thelema's core idea is, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law," meaning that followers seek their own true will or personal destiny through ritual magic, meditation, and other esoteric practices. It draws on Hermeticism, Eastern mysticism, tarot, astrology, and Crowley's own writings such as the Book of the Law.
Yeah, okay, so that's just in my own knowledge vault. I think, well, and we've got sourced articles. We can click on that. We can reference our original ChatGPT source articles where we ask those questions. As this has all been archived, so everything is consistent, which is what I was looking for. Any other sort of citations and everything else, all fully cross-referenced. Our local notes inside our own knowledge vault. I think that was a rather good achievement, and I'm really quite impressed with it. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this episode up here. Let's go back to our main screen. Well, guess what? I've got my coffee. You guys aren't helping. Hint, hint. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up here. So thanks again to our membership and our Patreons and everything, all that sort of stuff. You're quite welcome to join the bigger crowd there and look at our real life in Thailand, our main channel. This is just the garage side of living in Thailand. I hope you enjoy it. And there'll be bits and pieces of Thailand throughout the series, so don't worry about that at all. Hey, I live here. Anyway, good day, Roo. Goodbye, Roo. We're going to finish this one up. Did you learn anything?
Yes.
How not to run a YouTube channel?
That you're a lot. I learned you're a lot smarter than I am.
How not to run a YouTube channel. Anyway, Peace out, guys. We're out of here, and we're going to continue the conversation. You are free to join in. Like, unlike everybody else there that closed their gates, right? I wouldn't care if I had 1,000 people in my Discord channel just having a chat about this shit. Let's do it. It is a community channel. You're quite welcome. All the links are below. You don't feel shy. It's not about how much or how little you know. It's about community, man. Come and join the community.